G'day and welcome to the Breaking Through podcast. We are back for 2026 in a studio, new co-host, and I had a few questions on TikTok about who it's going to be, and I didn't want to say anything till the podcast, but this person is an ex-guest, a promoter, a DJ, and did our only live podcast that Breaking Through has ever done. It is Tyson from Tiny Minds Agency, mate. Thanks for joining Breaking Through.
Thanks for having me, man. It's something I've always wanted to do as a man in his 30s. I've always wanted to host a podcast, so incredible.
It is incredible. It is a rite of passage. I did get through that pretty early on. Now, this is a podcast that's been in the making for a little bit, and it's a show that if you want positive information about tours, festivals, albums, everything under the sun, this ain't the show for you.
It's not it. This is what we've been talking about this podcast for so long, and it was because of how positive the music media is in Australia. It's very hard to catch someone talking guff about anyone.
It's very hard to find someone doing it in the media. Very easy to have a conversation with a industry bloke at the bar, then talking shit.
Yeah, the comment sections are always kind of how I'm feeling sometimes.
Yeah, so we thought we're just going to give you honest, real opinions about what we think. That's what we think's missing. Obviously bring you the rumours that we hear, the music news that we hear, and everything under the sun. This is the podcast that is sorely needed in Australian music media, and Breaking Through is the one to bring it to you.
We're back.
Breaking Through is back. And to start off, we've chosen this week to start because Hottest 100 for Triple J is obviously this weekend. We'll talk about predictions for the year, and I think, Harry Styles, that's coming up. But we do want to start the show off with the Hottest 100. Ah, man, Australian music had a really big year in 2025. I'm worried, though.
Did it have a big year, or was it all kind of... We expected it to have a big year because of the Ossify campaign and the kind of I guess, people making us focus on Australian music this year? Because I'm trying to think of the standout Australian music for this year. And maybe I've got 3 artists in my head that I think we'll talk about for the Hottest 100. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think it was a good year for Australian music for up-and-comers.
Yeah.
There was a lot of artists that maybe weren't in the frame for a lot of people, and they have now come into that frame.
Yeah.
There is no one that I think is going from already in the frame to mountaintop everyone else, which unfortunately sucks.
Yeah.
And that's going to hurt the Hottest 100 for Australians' number one chances. I don't think there's anyone that beats Olivia Dean. So let's get into our top fives.
Well, let's jump in straight at Olivia Dean, I reckon, because I think we both agree Olivia Dean's probably going to win the Hottest 100 with Man I Need.
Yeah. There's no one. There's Olivia Dean, Daylight, and then everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't think Olivia Dean's just got everything that a Hottest 100 winner needs. Recently, it's been an international tick. She's been to Australia recently a few times, is coming back.
Yeah.
Everyone found her at Laneway, I think, and that got her to that next level. And she's just so many bangers this year, and hasn't put a foot wrong. And I just don't think anyone can beat her. Australia loves their pop girlies at the moment, and that's kind of who's been winning at the moment. And there's no Australian act that is close to that.
Yeah, she has got real crossover appeal. Very similar to Amy Winehouse sort of music. And I always have this thing where I feel like every generation has a sort of how do I explain this? They're emulating another pop star from a generation gone by. I think you can make links from Chappell Roan to Cyndi Lauper, and I think you can make ones from Olivia Dean to Amy Winehouse. I thought Lola Young was going to be the next Amy Winehouse, but that kind of all went off the rails. But
for now.
But it is to see that kind of music make another resurgence in the 2020s, because it did duck out for a long time.
And we pop music is that, and dance music in Australia is obviously killing it.
It's big, yeah.
But I can't see any dance act going to, that top 5
Yeah,
area.
I don't see Nina Geraci. I think if she had one single maybe out this year, could have possibly done it. but she just released a banger album, and I think her votes are going to be a bit split.
Right. What do you got for the rest of the top 5? Obviously, Olivia, number 1.
Okay, I think number 2 for me is probably going to be Kelly Holiday with Dancing 2.
Are you going in order? You reckon he's going to get
I think Kelly Holiday, only because I'm a DJ, right? So I'm out every weekend, and in these last couple of months, I have 40-year-old dads, I have 50-year-old women requesting Kelly Holiday Dancing 2. So I think it's kind of crossed over into the mainstream appeal as well, especially in Australia.
Is that a Triple J voter though? Like hottest 100 voter? Like he has definitely crossed over into the commercial realm with Dancing 2. I don't know how many of that commercial audience is going to be voting Dancing 2. And like I've obviously seen a lot of votes from like industry people for Dancing 2.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be up there, but I'll wait for my votes.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, man. There's like, I think he cops a lot of hate. There's a lot of people clowning on him at the moment. But I don't know, man. I think he's got it. I think that song was really big, especially, and like we're talking about new artists like emerging. And I guess he's not really a new artist, but man, he's done numbers with this song. I think it's going to be the biggest Australian act that we'll get.
Definitely in Australia.
Closest to the top.
It's one of those songs where it's like it hasn't done anything overseas.
No.
But it's done well at home.
Yeah.
Which a lot of Australian winners over the last few years, well, since I've been following Triple J, there's a few winners like that.
Yeah.
All right. What other artists do you have?
Okay, so at number 3, I had Somber with 12 to 12. I feel like that song was really big too. And I feel like a lot of young people love it. Like his set at Spilt Milk was one of the biggest I think I saw the whole day.
I think it was the best set of the day.
Might have been.
It was very good.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think Somber's going to get up there? Was that in your top 5?
Somber is in my top 5, but it's not 12 to 12. I almost put 12 to 12 in there because it's obviously the newest one he's had out of the ones that could be up there. The songs that he had that were really big were from the start of the year. So I don't know how many people have that long a memory to be like...
It's a lot about timing with the hottest 100.
Yeah, I'd love... This will never happen, but I would love it to happen at like a mid-year hottest 100. To be like... Because if you go back to June, Lola Young would have been in my top 3 to win.
Sure,
She's not even in my top 10 now.
Yeah.
So Somber, I think, a lot of those songs would have been, a lot of his songs would be, in that top 5 as well. And then you've obviously got the rest of the year and recency bias, recent festivals that happened over, New Year's and whatnot. So, I think recency bias plays a lot into that. But 12 to 12, I wouldn't be surprised to see it up there.
Well, that's my top 3. Was there any in your top 3 that I didn't have?
I'm not doing a top 3.
Okay.
I'm doing Olivia Dean number 1, and then the rest of these will be fighting for second to 5.
Yeah.
I've got Spacey Jane, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that is the strongest off the album. Spacey Jane, whenever they put out music, they're always there or thereabouts. The amount of like top 5 spots they've gotten in the last couple of years whenever they put music out, it's insane.
They've got that crowd, man. Like their fans surprise me every year because, I don't listen to Triple J that much. So some of it gets through, but not all of it. And every year that Spacey Jane have gotten in top 5, I've been like, whoa, what is this song? Like it's kind of caught me off guard. So I think they'll get in the top 5 as well.
I'm still listening to Triple J, and they got they took out the number 1 spot for artist most played.
Oh, okay. I wonder if that'll have any reflection.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it translates. I think last year was Lime Cordiale, and that didn't translate that well.
Yeah.
What else have I got? I've got Somber, but I've got Back to Friends.
Oh, okay.
That's an earlier one. I think that's a very strong one to go. You could have a few Somber in there, but that's just the one I picked. Dancing 2, I've got that in as well. I don't think it'll get second.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be in that top 5. I think the amount of people there's definitely a big audience of people that hate Kelly Holiday and hate that song, but I also think there's a big audience that love that song and will have it, in their top 10. And he doesn't really have any other songs to compete with that. So if you're voting Kelly Holiday, you're voting that song.
Yeah.
So I think that's one where I'm like, that's definitely a positive. And I think this is my dark horse.
Okay.
I think Play Lunch with Keith.
I had that in my top 5 for a while. I ended up taking it out, but I like where you're coming from.
I think they've done the best Hottest 100 campaign I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And when I was doing my votes, I had a few others in my short list, but I started to see that campaign from Play Lunch. It is such a good campaign. It's hilarious. And I think there would have been a few other voters that would be like, do I want it in there? Is it in there? Would see that campaign and that would push them over the edge to put it in. I was definitely like that. And they're still putting out videos with it. It's so funny. I love every part of it.
Yeah, I think Play Lunch is going to get really up there. I love how Australian they are. I love their music. And I feel like ever since I heard about Play Lunch, which was at Big Sound maybe last year, I haven't stopped hearing about them. So it's been really good to see their growth just like keep getting higher and higher.
And they're one of those sets where it's like you don't need to have listened to Play Lunch before to have a good time.
No, yeah, it's instantly fun.
They are so much fun. I did run into them at that Big Sound. They were playing handball, and that's how they were introducing people.
Yeah.
Like, come and play handball. So that's such a great way. And if they were in that top 5, they're one of those acts where it's like internationally, you wouldn't really get their music because there's so many Australian things that they talk about it in there. But it's so nostalgic. It's so much fun. And I love that.
I've got a bit of a dark horse for my 5th one.
Yeah, I thought we'd have. I thought that would be the dark horse. For
no,
you too.
my dark horse. I guess it's not really a dark horse, but I think Chapel Roan, the Subway, is going to get number 5, and here's why: Chapel Roan's got big stands.
Yes,
and voting isn't just open for Australians; it's open for everyone. So you hear about these like stan groups on Twitter and stuff that like, Taylor Swift's ones are the most crazy where they're just like, everything is just buy her album, get her to the top of the charts. I think there might be a Chapel Roan one coming that we might not expect because the song didn't really go off here as much as it should have. But I feel like stan culture, everyone's going to throw it.
In the top 5 though?
I think she's going to do it. And I think we're going to have a talk about like how votes are going to be open to everyone in the world if stan culture is allowed to get in there and cook the numbers, I guess.
I think the more internationally Hottest 100 goes with like acts, big international acts winning, I think that's a conversation we probably need to have.
Yeah.
Especially with if Olivia Dean takes this out this year, when was the last Australian winner? It's been a couple years. We had obviously Chapel Roan, Doja Cat the year before that. So this will be, if Olivia Dean takes this out, this will be the 3rd year in a row that no Aussie wins. That's a punch to the stomach to the Australian music scene.
Definitely. Well, this is the only countdown that I think in the world maybe that like is voted for. It's not just decided amongst like a team at a, Rolling Stone that have to decide what the 50 best songs are. It's voted by people.
Into that though, about how it's voted by people, there are some insights that I've had about what I want to see or I'm curious to see from the Hottest 100 votes. None of our votes had Nina Geraci in it. And if you look at anyone in industry or most people in industry that are voting for the Hottest 100 and post them, they've got Nina Geraci in them. I'm curious to see how much of just normal punters like Nina Geraci.
Yeah.
Industry loves Nina Geraci. She's been around for ages. She's finally getting her flowers. It's awesome to see. But I'm curious to see how much that translates to just normal punters.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a bit of a split vote sort of situation for her. She'll get a lot of placements, but they're all going to be in random numbers.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's in the top 10. And
maybe iPod Touch, maybe, but I don't know.
And I think her, Somba, and Olivia Dean will be tied for most votes.
I agree.
I think they're all going to be in there. It's going to be dominated by them. Obviously, Olivia Dean's gonna take that bad boy out. If we're wrong and it's an Australian, that'd be awesome. I don't think we are though.
On top of that, Tame Impala have gotten pretty high every year that they've put out an album in the Hottest 100.
He'll be up there.
Do you reckon Dracula's going to get up there?
I don't think it'll be top 10. I'm expecting to see him in the top 20.
Yeah, but like they usually get a sweep of songs in there, you know? And this year, I feel like with this album, like it was a kind of a disappointing album. Dracula was obviously the standout, I think, on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're only going to get 2 songs maybe in the whole 100.
I don't even reckon he gets 2.
Really?
I think he gets 1. I think Dracula's the only one.
I feel like that dance song, what was it called?
That's it. Yeah.
End of
that
Summer?
one will get him.
Yeah.
I think Dracula's, and I've seen Dracula in a few votes, and I think because of how much it was the standout track, that'll help him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think, I can't see him having that many. Back on Kelly Holiday, I'm interested to see, obviously the algorithms you see, if you see a hate video on Kelly Holiday, your algorithm's going to show you people that are hating on Kelly Holiday.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how much that translates to the votes. How much people love Kelly Holiday and how much people hate Kelly Holiday. I can't remember an Australian artist that has split the punters.
I do. Tones and
Guys
I.
knew you were going to... But Tones and I, it was more of the music.
It was overplayed because Tones and I was the biggest song. Dance Monkey was the biggest song of that year, and it got number 4. And I think it was because I don't know if it was because how many people tried to stop it from getting number 1.
Yeah.
But I think it might have got released too early in the year. Everyone was sick of it by the time we voted.
She's so good live as well.
Yeah.
I'll always defend her. She's so good live. I think the difference with Kelly Holiday is it's more personal. More people just don't like him because of who his partner is, which I think is so unfair.
Yeah.
And it's I don't think much of it has to do with the actual song.
Yeah.
But then there's the people that love his partner and love the song as well. So I'm just wondering how much, like, which takes over. And with all the predictions, it looks like that he'll get top 10, and the people that like him, like the song, will win, which I'm hoping to see, because I think it's gross if you don't like someone just because of who their partner is.
Maybe we should do a coldest 100, and it's all song like the 10 worst songs you've heard of the year. He might win that.
But it would be crazy if he was in the top 10 of that,
Yeah.
and then the top 10,
And then top 10
hottest,
of the hottest.
100.
Yeah.
That would be crazy, but I just can't remember a more divisive figure
Yeah.
in the last 12 months.
I don't know how I feel about him too. Like, I try and remain cool and like not get swept up in like, oh, he's dating Abby Chatfield and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't know how I feel about him as well. I'm very neutral.
Like, I reported on his tour, and it's probably the most like negative comments I've had on a tour in the last 12 months, which if you don't like his music, sure. Then you don't have to listen to it.
Yeah.
If it's in the hottest 100, he's Australian. We should be celebrating artists that get in the top 10, get in the top 5, or even take it out, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
If they're Australian, I'll support them in the hottest 100.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people just can't do.
We have tall poppy syndrome, man. That's a problem with this country is we do have tall poppies. It might be the good thing about this country as well. You know,
Tall pop.
Someone's not getting up on the table at the club and we're all like going, yeah. Like in America, we're all just kind of like, what a wank.
You can dislike his music. I didn't have Kelly Holiday in my top 10 votes because it wasn't in my top 10 favorite songs of the year.
Yeah.
That does not mean that I don't like Kelly Holiday, but it's just the hate he gets with his partner as well. It's weird. I think it's really weird.
It is weird. But I think the Australian media pushes them as like we got to update everyone on this couple, and it's kind of out of their hands.
They've definitely played a part in the hate.
Yeah, they're pushing them as like a big Australian like powerhouse couple.
Yeah, I agree. And every interview that I see, I'm just like, I know there's going to be hate comments in here, and I had to say it. Moving on to something more positive. Harry Styles was teasing his album.
Yeah.
And when it comes to albums, when it comes to tours and all that type of stuff, I really love the build-up of everything. And I think the only person that's done it really well over the last couple of years is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I love the marketer that Taylor Swift is. And of recent memory, I think Harry Styles is kind of the only one that does it as much. To have the posters everywhere, I think those posters, the first ones that came up, I think that's where he's going to tour. And everything else, like his website, the WhatsApp, and you get the little voice note. I really enjoyed all of that. And
Wait, I don't know any of this. He sent voice notes out?
So you signed up to his WhatsApp, and on the WhatsApp, after a couple days, he sent a voice note, and it's I believe it said "We Belong Together," of him singing "We Belong Together." We think it's him. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's just fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. But I think with we know that's coming out in a few weeks. I can't remember the exact date. Was it March 5th?
Yeah, March. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll get clarified in the comments.
Set up and post.
But it's moved from the albums coming to is he going to tour? And it's been rumors about residencies and all that type of stuff. I am 95% sure this man is coming to Australia. I am 95% sure it's going to be stadiums. And unfortunately, I'm 95% sure that bad boy is going to Melbourne and Sydney.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, yeah, if he does decide to do that, I mean, they always make up deals with these like big tours that come here when they leave Brisbane off. It's usually because the New South Wales government have given them money so they can get tourist money for people traveling from Queensland to New South Wales. But yeah, I think he's going to pull Olivia Rodrigo as well and just do multiple shows, Sydney and Melbourne. And we have to spend thousands of dollars to go see it.
Yeah, and I think because the last time he was here, he played Gold Coast. That would be great for us. I would love to go to a Harry Styles show. My mum loves him. I'd love to take my mum. But going down to Sydney or Melbourne, cut that bad boy out. With flights, ACOM, with the pricing, that bad boy is going to be expensive.
Yeah, the Harry girls will do it though. They got their pink cowboy hats on. They'll be down there in droves.
Yeah, with a few of us pop girly boys as well.
Yeah,
we'll be down there. But I'm expecting that to be announced in the next couple of weeks. There was a date that came out, I think it was over the weekend, and it was the 5th of February, but I'm not sure if it came out on an official account, but that's only a couple of weeks away.
What was that for?
It literally just had a date.
February 5th on Harry Styles' social media.
Well, because there's a few accounts.
Yeah.
So, like, is that an official account? But why would a fake account just come out with that date? And, like, it's got all the other Harry Styles promo stuff. It looks legit to me, but then I had other people go, it's fake. So, like, I want to soft lock in that date.
Okay.
But I expect to have that date, well, the tour announced within the next couple of weeks or on that date. And I'm just keen to report on a big tour again.
Yeah.
Like Lady Gaga was probably the last really big tour that we had. And I think it got overshadowed with how expensive her show was. So, and it didn't really have any build up at all.
No, it was very quick turnaround on that.
Yeah. So like there was no campaign. It just got announced, which was like, I don't like that. First of all, because it just goes straight into pre-sales and you don't get pricing. Sucks. Where Harry Styles, if you know this promo is coming, if you know an artist is doing promo for a while, as soon as you see that tour, as soon as you see that album is coming, you should assume a tour is coming.
Yeah.
Start saving then.
Yeah.
I get questions of like, should I start saving for this? Should I start saving for that? As soon as you see promo, assume they are going to tour.
Yeah.
So because you know that pre-sale is going to be that next day or the day after, just start saving then.
Yeah, it's most likely going to happen.
And then, you know, you're not going to get caught. You know those bad boys are going to be expensive.
Yeah.
So I think
$300 up.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they're not $350 for GA. That's probably my guess.
For good spots.
I'm hoping dynamic pricing isn't on for those bad boys. Oh, yeah. That makes it tough, but just save. Just start saving now.
Yeah.
And then when it comes up, you're prepared or more prepared. I think that's probably the way to go with all tours this year.
Yeah.
With all albums, there's a lot of good albums coming out this year. But yeah, I think anything with that, just assume they're coming. Predictions for this year now.
I've got a big one. Okay. So I'll straight up, I think My Chemical Romance are going to play Good Things. I think they're going to headline Good Things this year.
If you're going to say the reason why I think you're going to say it, I've also been thinking of this.
Okay, so I'm going to say a month ago now, My Chemical Romance was supposed to play in Asia in April and May, and they ended up just changing the dates. Very close to the show, considering that it was like December. So they changed the dates to November, which happens to wrap up in Asia about a week before Good Things is usually supposed to start. So I think they probably changed the dates to save on touring costs because they're touring the Black Parade, Long Live the Black Parade at the moment. It's a big show. If they were to come to Australia, I imagine they do maybe 2 stadium shows in Sydney and Melbourne. That'd be it. It's a lot of tickets to sell. I think they've gone with the festival route, and I think they've had to fully change this whole tour structure so they can save money on bringing all that gear out here to do a tour. So I'd say lock it in. My Chemical Romance is going to play Good Things.
As soon as I saw that rescheduling, my first thought was, oh, they're coming to Good Things.
Yeah. It's just the dates work out too well. It's like, why wouldn't you? If you're going to be over in Asia, it's 6 hours away. Just come over.
And then they won't do any side shows in Brisbane, Melbourne, or Sydney, and they'll do an Auckland show, and they'll do a Adelaide show, maybe Perth as well.
Yeah.
But that would be my prediction. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, it works too well, and I hope we're not wrong.
Yeah. They're older now. They seem like they're like the last tour that they did for this album back in the US, they were only playing one show every week. So I imagine either they want to work fast or they want to work very slow. So I think they're going to come here, do Good Things in a whole weekend, get the hell out.
Yeah, I agree on that one. My bold prediction for 2026, in terms of tours, I think Sabrina Carpenter's coming this year.
You think it's going to be this year?
I have absolutely nothing to back this up. I have been pushing for this tour for, I want to say, a year at this point. And I think the whispers around Sabrina Carpenter have been going for so long. I think it's this year. She will at least announce this year. That's my bold prediction. Is that Brenton the journalist saying that?
That's Brenton the fanboy saying that.
That's Brenton the fanboy saying that. But I think I'm probably 50-50 on that. And I think she would do arenas. So she can kind of do any time of the year where it's like if it was stadiums, you would have to do it at a certain time of the year.
I think she's more for stadiums at this point.
Yeah, but then it's like we had Billie Eilish come and she did arenas.
Yeah, but
Drake came, she did arenas.
Yeah.
So, and I think she hasn't done like a full tour here. So I think it's probably safer from a promoter's standpoint because the last time she was here, she did a support for Taylor.
Yeah.
Go arenas and then come back, whenever you want to come back and then move up to stadiums. I think it's ballsy if you just went straight to stadiums. But yes, I think Sabrina Carpenter will announce Oz Tour. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. That's a good one. I've got word on a lot of new albums coming out this year. None of them have been, I don't think many of them have been confirmed. The big album that's going to drop this year is going to be Oasis's new album.
Oasis new album in 2026.
I'm very certain there's a new Oasis album. I think it's done. I think because they reunited about a year before they actually announced that Live 25 tour. So they've been talking. Apparently during that time, Noel was in writing sessions for the next album. He sent them to Liam. Apparently it's done. There's a documentary coming out this year sometime that covers the Live 25 tour. Apparently there was supposed to be a new single on there. They've taken it off. But apparently the album is done. Late 2026 release. And then another tour in 2027. And the source is Trust Me Bro.
I love those sources. So album end of 2026 and then a world tour 2027.
And then another world tour, Oasis world tour in 2027. Yeah.
I think we've got to start as well. Like when we say these things, please don't take them as
gospel.
Take
them with a grain of salt.
That's just over our podcast, grain of salt. Obviously, we want these things to happen, but I also think it's fun to bring these rumors and things we hear to the front.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of, I'll do a video on this later, but the first person to say that Harry Styles was coming to Australia for a tour was Brendan Favola on his radio show.
Really?
They did last year. He was the first one to say it. And then I clipped it, used it for a video, went back on their account, and they had deleted it. So I think they got in trouble for that.
Oh.
No one messaged me though, so I didn't delete it. But yeah, I think they got in trouble. I hope you can't really take it out of a podcast, or maybe just don't chuck it on socials. But kind of goes against everything that I want to do. So we'd keep it up there anyway. But that's a huge call. I think off the back of their tour as well, it's a no-brainer to do an album and then do another tour. And whether the album is well received doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, they would tour again and would have to be stadiums again though, right?
Of course, yeah.
So if the nostalgia would last that long and maybe they wouldn't do as many shows, I don't know. But they did well here, so that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Albums. What other albums are you predicting have info on that's coming?
I think Phoebe Bridgers is due back.
Yeah, I've heard that a bit, yeah.
Yeah, Phoebe Bridgers. Lana Del Rey's had a new album that she's been teasing for a while now.
Yeah.
I think she'll come back. Beyonce. I think we're due for a new album from Beyonce.
Still in country?
Maybe. Who knows? Addison Rae, I've heard, already is working on a new album.
Right.
And I think she kind of needs to do it in her, like, where she is with her career. Obviously, the first album did super well, but it's still kind of a cult classic. I think she needs to go break
Needs to get the catalog.
Really needs to break mainstream and, go from the 4 to 2 to play in the Brisbane Entertainment Centre next.
Yeah, well, it's apparently her tour had a lot of sign-ups, so that wouldn't surprise me if they brought her back super soon.
Yeah,
because she's got she's done so well. I would say a lot better than what people expected, and she's turned a lot of people of seeing Addison Rae, the TikToker, into Addison Rae, the artist.
Yeah.
Which I saw her at Wildlands and I really like her music. I saw her live. There's stuff to work on. I think it was fun, but obviously when you're this early on in your career and you're doing shows like that, it reminded me a lot of Britney Spears.
Yeah.
But I think, the more she gets into her music, the more she plays. Like BTV was her first festival.
Yeah.
So the more she does that, I'm expecting her to absolutely kill it.
I don't know if it was the right festival for her. I would have much rather seen her on Laneway. Something a bit more her style, I guess. I guess being amongst DJs and like partiers around a New Year's Eve vibe.
I think that BTV headliner pick, it will age really well.
Yeah, of course.
I think, in 10 years' time when she's a global superstar and they'll be like, what was her first festival? BTV. That's such a good pick. Picking someone before, picking them before they're the big superstar. That's something that Splendor was really good at. That's something that Laneway's really good at. If Beyond the Valley can, and Wildlands get to that point, that'd be awesome to see.
Yeah.
And to have them, your Kid Cudi, your Dom Dollar, and Addison Rae, like she kind of overshadowed Kid Cudi, which
For sure,
I think Kid Cudi was such an awesome pick. But I think that's going to be a pick that ages really well. Addison Rae, what other? Obviously, we got Harry Styles, Bruno Mars.
Radiohead have started touring again, so I'm expecting a new Radiohead album. The Avalanches. I've been hearing some stuff that they've got a new album that's almost done as well. Jessie Ware. That is, I think, it.
Right.
That's all I got.
You do have some... I don't know if we call this segment Rumor of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
But once you said this, I was like, God, I hope it's not true, because it's like, we don't like seeing this.
Yeah, no, it's terrible news.
But what act is apparently breaking up?
So I first heard of this rumor about a year and a half ago now. I was on tour with Full Flower Moon Band over in the UK, and this guy we were talking to at one of the shows was like, Arctic Monkeys have broken up. And we were like, what? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he went on to explain. He was like, I'm friends with Fontaines DC, and like they did the last tour with them for the car, and yeah, apparently they're broken up. So I kind of took it with a grain of salt back then. But earlier this week, news reports started coming out that they are breaking up after this. They're doing a charity single. I don't know what the charity's for. But apparently there's a new Arctic Monkey song that's going to feature on it, and apparently it's their last one. The boys are done.
So no tours, no
Nothing.
It's interesting, like, if this is true, trust me, bro, on this one. If, like, because a lot of bands just go, oh, we're going on hiatus.
Yeah.
So would it be we're going on hiatus or we're done? Because hiatus, it always leaves that little bit of hope. Don't take that hope away from me.
Yeah.
If you go, the boys are broken up, that takes, no more tours, none of this, none of that, which sucks. But then also, if they ever did come back, it's like they're coming back to tour and you're like, oh my God. So I'm interested to see, one, how it plays out, and two, how it's conveyed.
It might be a good idea for them to break up only because the reunion would be crazy. Like, it'd be like the Oasis reunion. If they broke up for 12 years and then came back, it would blow up everywhere. I think that also their albums I think they've been getting worse for a while. I really wasn't a fan of The Car. And I don't think a lot of people were, and maybe it might have put them in a headspace where they were like, oh, let's just stop releasing music. Because I feel like they've been at war with their own popularity for a while now. I feel like AM blew up too much for them, and they've kind of been like trying to shift away from that as much as possible with like Tranquility Base Hotel and The Car.
I'm hoping there's not that many like bands that break up, festival cancellations, any of that this year. I'm hoping it's a 2026 of just, this is coming back. This tour is being announced.
Yeah.
This festival's coming back. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, imagine if like Splendor came back. Imagine if like Falls came back.
In a perfect world, it would be amazing.
That's definitely my heart saying that.
Yeah.
That's not my head saying that.
It doesn't feel like anyone's going for that Splendor vibe either, like bringing a festival back like that. Have you ever been to Party in the Paddock down in Tasmania?
No, but I've definitely got to go. It's what Jesse and the team have done down there, especially in Tasmania. It's a festival that has a really core fan base and gets better and better each year. I really like what Party in the Paddock are doing.
They've got the Splendor vibe there. It might not have the big international acts that Splendor usually have, but the vibe is down there. I think everyone should go to that festival. It's one of our country's best.
Just a little vibe off.
Just a little vibe.
We had Laneway set times.
Oh yeah,
come out last week. I'm not going to go too much into like who's playing this, who's playing that. What I want to say is there's a lot of clashes and a lot of overlaps, which is obviously what's going to happen. I can't remember a set times that got this much negative feedback in the last couple years. So, and obviously there's going to be times throughout the year where I will criticize festivals for what they're doing. On this, I will defend Laneway and festivals in general, because especially for a one-day festival, for a lineup like that with how many acts they have playing, there's going to be clashes. Yeah. There's going to be overlaps, and there's festivals that have people or acts that have requirements for, a tent set wouldn't work on the main stage, stuff like that there's so much more stuff that goes into it than just, we'll put this person there, we'll put this person there. The only thing I don't like is when festivals, and Laneway's done it a few times, is when they put festival exclusives playing at the same time. Yeah. That is not fair when this is the only time and place that you can see these acts.
I think they've learnt their lesson. They brought in a new DJ chick to be the only artist to clash with Chapel.
But that's not going to do anything.
But it's better than, I thought Young Lean was probably going to clash with Chapel, which would have been annoying. Like there was a lot of artists I was like, the Dare might have to clash with Chapel. Like,
they said pretty early on, though, that there wasn't going to be any clashes, like a week after, because I remember reporting on that and going, geez, who's going to clash? Who gets the
rough spot?
Yeah, who gets the rough spot?
But is this new DJ? I think her name's Mina Garland. She's obviously doing the clash with Chapel. Is she getting fed to the Sharks? Because last year they had a big artist clash with Charlie. Was it Bicep?
I think it was Bicep. Yeah.
No one came. No one watched them.
No.
So, is this DJ just coming here to literally pay to no one?
But this is the problem with where festivals have moved to. Everyone cares about who the headliner is, where before a few years ago, the festivals had so much meat throughout the rest of the lineup. When you look at lineups now, so much of it would be going like that's a 90-minute exclusive set for Chapel.
It's a full show.
That's a lot of monies.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money going to that show. So it's like you've got to have people. I think an overlap would be better.
Yeah.
But that's obviously these guys are working in these spaces. I'm on the outside looking in on stuff like that. So I think when you get acts like this, that the management has got to be there, the crowd control is going to be there, and I hope it is. But when I did see that, I was worried straight away.
Yeah.
But I have faith in Laneway that they will have that crowd control and all that, so people feel safe. And that's why that's why you have clashes. That's why you have overlaps. So they want crowd control and they want people as spread out as much as they can for as long as they can. That's the safest way to have a festival.
Exactly.
So that would definitely go into it. So there was just a few people. There's a few comments I saw on the laneway. It was like someone commented just going, "You're fucking disgusting." What? You're calling someone fucking disgusting over a laneway set time.
Yeah.
You can disagree, you can criticize, but do that in a constructive way.
Yeah.
Don't just go, "You're fucking disgusting." There was so many comments there. I think this year, I'm just going to call those bad boys out. I'm going to screenshot that bad boy. If you're willing to comment that, you're willing to get criticized yourself for that comment.
I think people. No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Oh,
I was going to say a lot of people that comment like on news stories are losers, and it's I don't know.
The comment on news, but
hey guys, leave a comment down below. What do you think? What do you think of the commenters?
But it's like. I like going through the comments because there's a lot of people that have constructive criticism about it. And it's like, why isn't this that? Why isn't that there? I can see why they've done that.
Yeah.
But then when there's people that just are negative for the sake of being negative, that annoys me. And it's like, there's people behind these festivals. They're actually people.
Yeah.
They're not just, people in suits in a boardroom. Like these people really care about their
Laneway are
job.
mostly women too, I think, behind the team. It's like a big female team and they're killing it. It's the best festival in Australia.
Yes, and I said that last year as well.
Yeah.
After going to Laneway for Charlie, I was like, this is the best festival in Australia.
Yeah.
So to be a national touring festival, to be able to pull this type of stuff off, like it's tough. Does that mean we can't criticize them? No, but do it in a way where it's like there's something that can come out of it. Saying you're fucking disgusting is just, man, it annoys me.
Are they?
I went to film a video with the screenshot and I went,
you can't let
not yet.
Yeah, you gotta know sometimes that there's just bots in there as well that are just like programmed to be negative towards anything.
But I'll go through their profile and like just to see what they're kind of like, and they wouldn't expect anyone
Disgusting.
to go through. No, I would never do that. But yeah, I hate that type of stuff, and that really annoys me. That kind of leads on to our next/last segment.
Yeah.
Ins and outs. That's a out that I should have had. But if you would like to go first on your ins and your outs for this one.
So, first in for 2026.
I'm hoping we don't have the same one.
All right. We haven't talked about this beforehand.
No.
I think ins, more crazy artists on festivals and on lineups that don't suit them. I love that Blues Fest booked Parkway Drive to headline night one. Amazing. I want that done more. I want more punk acts on Blues Fest. Somber just toured and they picked Dust, which is a very arty,
that was an interesting pick.
Yeah, really interesting pick for a somber crowd.
Youngblood with June Rats.
That's pretty crazy
That's an
as well.
interesting
It kind of fits, but pretty crazy too. Like you would think more of like rock and roll sort of like support for him.
Yeah.
But they went with punky stoner, which is sick. I'd love to see more like crazy like combos.
What type of acts would that be though? Like what type of festival would?
I'd love to see Blues Fest book a pop act. Yep. I'd love to see Good Things. Maybe like I'd love to see Good Things, and this is kind of in their wheelhouse anyway. But Avril Lavigne on Good Things,
that
just
still kind of fits.
It fits, but it's kind of like I don't know. Out a bit what they do, but yeah, I just the Blues Fest thing. Everyone's talking about it as well, and I think it was just like a genius sort of decision.
Yeah, I agree, and I think I've always said this: a multi-genred festival is the best festival you can go to. I don't want to listen to the same genre all day. I want to go. I want to experience some heavy stuff. I want to go to a dance set. I want to go to an indie set. Finish off with some pop. Let's get it all in one day.
Yeah.
And when I saw this Parkway pick, I thought it's genius. And I hope they keep doing it next year and the year after that, because we don't have any big multi-genred festivals at that time frame.
Yeah.
It's all kind of around New Year's. So I think it's a great pick. And when people are like, oh, but they're not blues, brother, like you can have blues at the core of who they are, but festivals need to adapt to move forward and be successful forward. And when Parkway Drive became available after things didn't work out with
Park Waves.
other things, I didn't want to say that. Like it's just a really good booking from Blues Fest. So
they took the opportunity. Like that their festival got cancelled. It's a hometown show. It's going to be massive.
Yeah,
it's just a really cool pick. My outs.
Did you only have one in?
That was my one. Oh, are we doing in? Okay,
just go all in and then all out.
You do your in.
This is similar.
Okay,
an in I want for 2026. I want bands for festival headliners again.
Yeah.
Like, obviously good things have it, but like I want a band to headline Laneway. I want a band to headline BTV. Like, I remember when I first started going to festivals, it was all big bands. It was awesome. Like, I just don't want that many DJs headlining festivals this year. Give me 1975 for a Laneway headliner.
I mean, yeah, they've already done it.
I know, but wasn't that the year that COVID...
No. They did. I think they were 2019. It was them and Charlie.
Right.
That's how she met her husband. Yeah.
Still, it's like a 1975 on like BTV. Then, like that's
I could go for some of that.
I just want indie bands back, headlining festivals.
Yeah.
And let them, have their day again, because then you can go to a festival where a DJ is headlining, or a festival where a band is headlining, or a pop act is headlining. And I just feel like DJs and producers, they're really winning at the moment. Let's bring it back a little bit.
Yeah. That leads me to my first out, bro, which is rave culture has just gotten a bit too much for me now. Every day when I go on my phone, I see some dude in a singlet and glasses jumping up and down, going like this to a massive crowd with just like beginner music that they've just, they all look the same, but they're all different. I don't know who they are.
I get a lot of emails going like, oh, hey man, do you want to come to this Melbourne show? Blah, blah. We saw you at this other Melbourne show, Melbourne Rave, blah, blah. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I was never there. Like, that wasn't me. Oh, all right. We'll see you at the next rave then.
Same hat.
Yeah. So I think coffee raves, I think that's enough.
It's that corporatized, like it's all just gotten so like, I don't know, drivel. And it leads me to my other end is like at these shows, the crowds are like dead. They'll go like, oh, when like a drop happens or something like that. But like crowds don't dance anymore. And I feel like that's got to come back in.
Man, I definitely used to dance, but I'm definitely one of those people now that like standing towards the back or bob my head a bit. I'm enjoying myself. I'm not a dancer anymore. And I feel like a lot of people are like that now. And maybe like festival and concert culture's just changed so much.
Yeah.
But
why come to a club thing if you're not going to dance? Like, it just feels very like, I can understand with other music genres you might just come to watch, but just to watch a guy just stand behind like decks and go like this at you is just like, who cares?
Go like this, Fisher.
Just doing hand movements and stuff while he's playing someone else's song. It's just, it's so boring.
Yeah. So what do I got now? Oh, is this my first out?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hating on acts because you don't like their music.
Okay.
I hate how much shit Doechii copped, especially around being on Spilt Milk and all that type of stuff. I hate that. I think Doechii is a really good artist. Her set was one of the best sets at Spilt Milk. I think her set was better than Kendrick's. But if you don't like someone's music, that doesn't mean they're shit. And I feel like too many people go, they're shit, they're this, blah, blah. No. You just don't like their music. It's like if I went and said, I'm not a fan of Drake. The amount of Drake fans would destroy me. So I think we're just like, if you don't like it, that's cool. But You don't have to shit on the artist. I think we need to get away from that. You're going to shit on Doja. You're going to
No, I'm going to take your advice and not do it.
Oh, right. What's your next in?
Okay. No, I've only got one more. I've used up mine, so I've got one more out. Okay, and this goes back to something that you said about Lady Gaga. Big stadiums and venues, they know how many people are coming through. Be ready for them. Brisbane Suncorp Stadium had people waiting 2 hours to get inside of a show. They knew how many people were coming. They should have been ready for them. People have paid like upwards of $1,000 to be there, to just get messed around. It's like, why am I spending the money that I could spend on a flight to go to London to be standing outside for 2 hours while the artist is already starting and I got here an hour and a half before doors anyway? Stupid. It's such a it frustrates me so much because of how much money everyone is spending to be there.
I think the rumors around that is that Gaga herself could have been a big factor into why it was late, if that was to be believed. So then I've got one more in and one more out then. Right. Okay. This in, I think everyone can get behind this, and I mentioned it a little bit before. Mid-year festivals. There aren't any.
There's none.
And I think a few years ago, we had a good national touring festival every couple months. Now, when we get to April, we don't have one till November, December?
Yeah, pretty much.
There is such, and I think with our weather, the hotter it gets, it's going to be so much harder to put on those festivals. July, where Splendor was, such a perfect time to have a festival. Obviously, if it can be in the same place, obviously not, but people are so hungry for festivals in that time frame.
Yeah.
And that's probably why, people are moving towards tours, because there's nothing else in that time frame.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would be a camping festival, a national touring festival in that time frame, but that space is just up for the taking, and I would love someone to pick that up. Obviously, it's a rough time to start festivals right now, which sucks, but if someone had...
It's the weather too. I mean, I think the weather had a hand in the
Splendor in the
fall of
mud.
Splendor.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there was a lot of years where it was just mud and it was just depressing to kind of be there.
That's true. But maybe not July, but maybe a little bit earlier.
Coming into spring a bit more.
There's so much room in that space where you can definitely have that.
I've got one more out actually.
Yeah, go on.
Festivals need to stop starting at 11 a.m. in the morning. I've got stuff to do. I want to have some drinks before I head in. I want to do stuff. They're starting at 11 a.m. What if I want to see an act that's on at 12? I got to be there for 10 hours at a festival?
I think with how expensive drinks are now, pre's has become so important. Before it was just I want to pre for fun. But now it's I'm preing because I'm trying to save money.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $15, $16, $17 on a drink. Pre's is such an important start to the day, so I can definitely get behind that.
Over in Europe, festivals don't start until 4 in the afternoon. They go till 3 in the morning. But that, it felt so nice to go to a festival at 4 and be in there for everything.
Yeah,
you just get to be there for everything, and that's why we got to decide corporate. We got to stop being such early birds and just stay up till midnight.
Yeah, I think there's so many acts, especially at the start of Laneway this year. So many acts I'd love to see, but it's not, it's too expensive for me to go that early that I'm just sorry, brother, I'm going to have to miss the set.
Yeah.
So my last out, Australia being announced last on world tours. Can we just be added with everyone else? We see everyone else get added, get announced first, and we're are we going to get it? Why are we last? Are we even going to get announced?
Yeah.
It's just put us with everyone else. Let us enjoy it with everyone else. And it just it's Australia last mentality.
I think
when you see that type of stuff.
I think the reasoning behind it is Australia is expensive for an American artist to travel to, right? So maybe you do the rest of the world that's sort of closer first, see how the money's looking, see how popular the tour is. You tap on Australia at the end if it's been a success.
But it's annoying when it's I'll hear of a tour coming, they'll announce a tour, I know Australia is going to be on this, and it's not announced, and they announce it 6 weeks later. It's come on, you've booked this in, let's announce that bad boy. and let us celebrate with everyone else.
Yeah. Well, Laneway is pretty good for that, for bringing like artists at the start of their runs.
Yes,
Rather than
Laneway's
at the
very
end
good.
of them.
Yeah.
Because they're just ahead of the curve. So you always got Laneway.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's it for us for first ep of 2026.
Sweet. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
If you have questions, DM on TikTok, email. We will integrate audience into the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
But this is just to start, get the rust off, maybe take Tyson's training wheels off for the next couple episodes. And yeah, super keen to keep it going. And week to week, this bad boy is going to be.
Yeah.
So keen to talk about tours, albums, festivals, and hopefully a positive 2026 for Australia.
Hell yeah. Sounds good. Thanks, everyone.